Right now, somewhere in your head there's a thought running on a loop. Something like, I'm not good enough. Or, everyone can see I'm failing. Here's what almost nobody tells you. That thought is not information. It's not truth. It's a glitch. A leftover survival mechanism your brain never bothered to update. And by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly why your mind keeps generating these thoughts. The three-step method neuroscientists used to shut them down. Not by thinking positive, but by rewiring the actual mechanism that creates them. Stay until the end because step 3 is the one almost everyone skips. You're lying in bed. It's 11:47 p.m. And your brain decides for absolutely no reason to replay that awkward thing you said 3 years ago. Or you're about to walk into a meeting. And a voice inside says, they're going to notice you don't belong here. If this sounds familiar, you're not broken. You're not too sensitive. You're running the same neural software as every human being on this planet. A brain that was built for a world that no longer exists. Your brain has one job above all others. Keep you alive. Not keep you happy. Not keep you calm. Alive. Thousands of years ago, a negative thought like that rustling in the bushes might be a predator saved lives. The brains that ignored danger signals didn't pass on their genes. The brains that obsessed over every possible threat did. So here's the uncomfortable truth. Your negative thoughts aren't a malfunction. They're your ancient threat detection system, still running at full power. Except now it's pointed at emails, social situations, and imagined futures instead of actual predators. This is called the negativity bias. It means your brain is wired to give bad thoughts more weight, more repetition, and more emotional charge than good ones. One criticism will outweigh 10 compliments. One mistake will replay more than 100 wins. Here's where most advice fails people. You've probably heard just think positive, or just stop thinking about it. If that worked, you wouldn't be watching this video. The real problem isn't the thought itself. It's something psychologists call cognitive fusion, when you become so merged with a thought that you treat it as fact instead of as a mental event. I'm going to fail feels like a prediction, but it's just neurons firing in a pattern. The moment you fuse with it, your body responds as if it's already true. Heart rate rises, muscles tense, focus narrows. You're not reacting to reality. You're reacting to a sentence your brain generated. The goal isn't to eliminate the thought. Thoughts can't be deleted on command. Try not thinking about a pink elephant right now. The goal is to change your relationship to the thought. That shift alone reduces its power by more than half. So here's the method that actually rewires this, starting with step 1. Step 1. Label it, don't live in it. The instant a negative thought appears, mentally say, I'm having the thought that not I'm failing, but I'm having the thought that I'm failing. This tiny linguistic shift creates distance between you and the thought. Brain imaging studies on affect labeling show this simple act reduces activity in the amygdala, the brain's alarm system, almost immediately. Step 2. The 90-second rule. Neuroscience shows that the actual chemical surge of an emotion lasts about 90 seconds. After that, you're not feeling the emotion anymore, you're feeding it with more thoughts. When a negative spiral hits, do nothing but breathe and observe for 90 seconds. Don't argue with the thought. Don't try to fix it. Just let the chemical wave pass through you like weather. Most people never let it finish. They interrupt it by panicking, which restarts the clock. Step 3. Replace, don't suppress. This is the step everyone skips, and it's the one that makes the whole method work. Once the wave passes, don't just clear your mind, that leaves a vacuum, and your brain will refill it with the same pattern out of habit. Instead, deliberately install a specific, believable replacement thought. Not everything is perfect. That's not believable, and your brain will reject it. Something realistic. I don't know how this will go, and I can handle not knowing. Repetition is what rewires the pathway. Neurons that fire together wire together. Every time you interrupt the old pattern and install the new one, you're not fighting your brain, you're retraining it. This won't feel dramatic on day 1. That's the trap. People quit because step 3 feels too small to matter. But this is identical to how a river carves a canyon. Not through one flood, but through the same water taking the same path, day after day, until the entire landscape changes shape. Every time you label a thought instead of fusing with it, every time you let the 90 seconds pass instead of interrupting it, every time you install a believable replacement, You are quite literally reshaping which neural pathways get reinforced and which ones get weaker from disuse. Your negative thoughts were never a personal failure. They were an ancient alarm system doing exactly what it was built to do, in a world it was never built for. You don't need to silence your mind. You need to change what you do in the 90 seconds after it speaks. If this helped you understand your own mind a little better, subscribe, because next week we're going deeper into why some people can't stop overthinking even when they know it's hurting them.